Scott Morrison has urged Commissioner Brett Walker to reconsider his line of questioning. It follows a very emotional day at the Ruby Princess inquiry yesterday. A New South Wales Health epidemiologist, while she was not directly involved in the Ruby Princess fiasco, while giving evidence yesterday, she burst into tears, apologised for any wrongdoing, saying at the time her and her colleagues were very busy and, in hindsight, would have done things differently. But the Prime Minister very strong on his criticism today.
And I know we've got to get to the truth on this sort of stuff, but I mean, my first blush on that one, and that's not to call into question the independence of the Royal Commission or anything like that, but I found that a bit out of line, Ray. And I think to see her reduced to that under that sort of aggressive line of what would appear questioning, you got to get the balance right on this one, and I would hope that Mr. Walker would reflect on that.
The inquiry is continuing today into why 2,700 passengers were allowed to disembark in Sydney on March 19. Today, a port agent for Carnival Australia gave evidence saying that Australian Border Force officers knew that there were sick passengers on board the ship. She said that on the day it docked in Sydney, she spoke to 3 Border Force officers, but none of them wanted to see the patients.
He asked me about where they were. Are they isolated? Yes. And was advised that they didn't want to see them, and if they could have their IPC cards collected and handed to them.
Now, it's also been revealed that 2 staff from the Aspen Medical Centre actually boarded the ship while it was docked in Port Kembla. 2 days after it left Australian waters, the same health workers entered the Newmarch facility, which is now a virus-stricken aged care home, which has been linked to 16 deaths. But Ash, the New South Wales Chief Medical Officer today, saying that no protocols were broken.